Hi, welcome to Dheeraj Mahajan channel. In today's video, I will let you know how to create a GitHub workflow to create the GKE cluster. So specifically, we have a workflow need to be created that will create your GKE cluster, and we have a Terraform.tf files available in my GitHub. So concern is that I need to create a workflow that will fetch these files from that particular folder and run the Terraform configuration like init format and for plan format and apply and create the GK infra on the GCP. This is my GitHub repository. You can see. So this is my dev folder where I have all the TF files to create the GK cluster. Right. This is my GKE.tf. Right. So I am not interested to show that specifically these .tf file. I know these things you know that, right? The concern is that how to create a workflow that will fetch your TF file from the dev folder and create the infra on the GCP. Infra in the sense is a GK cluster. Because why I'm focusing on the particular folder, because I'm focusing, we have a certain type of requirement. We have a dev folder, we have a UAT folder, we have a production folder. So every time we need to be run different configuration, different for the particular infra, right? So in this example, I have taken as a dev folder. So it will fetch the file from dev folder, create the infra, whatever the changes, whatever the files available in the other folder in the GitHub will not get pulled out for the creation of your GK cluster. Only the files available in the dev folder. So where is my workflow? I will let you know. In .github, I have a workflow written. This is my workflow. This is my Terraform dev workflow. Here I have a name is Terraform. I'm using the event as a workflow dispatch. You can see over there, right? I have also keeping the pull request, but pull request I'm not using here because I'm directly committing to the branch here. Permissions I have given the content to read and ID token to write. So here, so I will create an environmental variable as a ./tab. So when I write this environmental variable as a ./tab, it means that it will take this environmental variable as a TF directory. So I will use this TF directory in my Terraform configuration like init format and so that the only file from these directories are pulled out for the creation of your Terraform configurations. So name of the job is Terraform. It is running on the Ubuntu latest. That is my GitHub runner. Environment I've taken as a production, so you can just it's a just example, right? So it can be tab or something like this. So I'm default shell is a bash. I'm checking out the code using the default GitHub action. I'm setting up the CLI also using default GitHub action and with credentials available that I have already created on the as a secrets in my GitHub. So export the default credential equal to true, so that it will take this as a default credential. So I'm writing this secrets on the one of the file, so which we require to be authenticate on the later part, right? So it will fetch the secret from this to in this file, and we will use this file in our Terraform configuration, right, to authenticate with our GCP infra as well. I'm setting up a Terraform. So after that, I will run the Terraform init. So here you can see the working directory. So working directory, when I given this working directory, it will fetch the file only from that particular working directory. So look out only that working directory. Do not look out for the repository directories or a root directory. After that, I have run Terraform format with the same working directory. I have run a Terraform plan. Here I have given the GCP credential. So why I have given the GCP key, not given any of the working directory over here? Because by default it is in the ./tab, right? So it will store the state. It will apply after that. Once it is applied, we will authenticate to GCP with that particular file. So here I've given the actual location of the file. After that, I have to upload the TF state on the GCS bucket, whatever my Terraform TF state will be created. The state file. I'm creating it on the load, putting on the GCS bucket, uploading it on the GCS bucket, right? So after that, so if any of the step will get failed, what are the infra upgraded, it will get destroyed. So let us go through it, right? And let us run the infra and see what changes it can be done. Right? So I have go to action, right? I will go to my sorry, that particular name of workflow is a Terraform workflow. Yeah, it's a Terraform dev file is there. Let me run the workflow. Okay, my Terraform workflow start running. You can able to see the step by step. So step in which I'm saying is that so it will write a GKP credential, right? So it will write one of the secrets from which I've created secret in the GitHub to my GCP.json file, right? That file will be used for the authenticating with the my GCP infra, like for the GKE cluster. When Terraform run this, so I think it has already written the file there. So I will show you this file. So if you see in my dev folder, there's one file is there, but you will not able to see the value. So you can use also this way because it's not risky. No value is there because you will not. The GitHub provide this kind of security so that whenever you create a secret and secret value uploaded in the particular file, so the particular value you will not able to see because it's a secret file. So once it is done, let us take a case. So it has so in my case, so it has already passed my Terraform format. Terraform init is successful. Okay. Terraform format is successful. Okay. Terraform plan is successful. You can see it has taken all the required files from the .dev folder. Right. It has initialized for Terraform plan. So what plan it is going to be create for us? So it is showing, right? So after that, so it has successfully gone to Terraform apply. So it is applying the plan, right? So safeguards whatever the state output state for the plan, it is saved. So you can start creating your infra. So cluster creation is beginning. So it has created your VPC. It has created a subnet. Let me check on the folders. First of all, so we are on the right project. Yes, we are on the right project. Let me check over there. You can see the MCA BPC folder got created. I'm sorry, network got created, right? And we have a subnets available over there, right? Yeah, you can see subnets are available, right? We have primary as well as secondary ranges are also available. Okay. Let me go back and see the status of the cluster. Let me refresh. You can see the cluster start creating. 61% of the cluster is now already done, right? So it will take some time to create the full cluster, but meanwhile, you can see over there what is the status. So it is running. So whatever the file, only the main concern of using this video is that so we are using the we have a multiple folders available in the repository like dev, UAT, and production. So you want to run the Terraform infra for a particular folder in a particular environment. So keep the files in particular dev folder. Similarly, you can keep the files in the UAT folder. Similarly, you can keep the production folder. Run it differently for dev, UAT, and production. So changes in the dev will not affect your UAT. changes in the UAT will not affect your production, right? So that is the main concern of showing that why I'm taking as a dev folder. I can also keep the files in the in the technical repository. It will pick up from there. So my workflow will pick up the file only from the dev folder, not from anywhere else. So Terraform apply is almost in a completion state. Let me see the state of my cluster right now. 67%. Let me check the node pool is almost on. Creation is done. Yeah, node pool is done. All the three nodes are up and running. That's a good news. Let me go to my cluster. What is the state right now? Okay, let me click on here. It is almost 67 to 7%. It is on the health checkup. Yeah, it's on the health checkup, right? It will take another 5 to 10 minutes, guys. Meanwhile, we can keep seeing the workflows and yeah, workflow is running right here. Let me check here. Let me check here. Let me keep the journey of my repository again. So this is a dev folder I have, right? Where I have all the TFE files. We have all the APIs to be enabled first, right? After the APIs to be enabled, I have to create the network. After network to be created, so I have that GKE.tf that will create the Kubernetes cluster on the GCP. So I am also keeping the output TF, whatever output I need, I'm just keeping it as the output here. So later on, I can fetch the values in the data block also. So we have a provider.tf, right, which have a required provider available, right? We have a variable.tf, right? So which I have created for the each requirement. So we have bar star tf bar, that is which from which it will get the fetch the values. So here that is my workflow. So this is my workflow, Terraform dev.yaml. So this is my workflow, which I've already explained to you guys. So almost let's see the state of the workflow. It's running right now. Okay, where it is. Apply, still it is applying. Let me check the status over here. Yes, it's 83%. Guys, it will take another 5 minutes more for this cluster will get created. Let's wait for 2 or 3 more minutes, and we are in the job creation of the GK cluster from using GitHub action and specific from the particular folder. Right, files are on the particular folder. So we are fetching the Terraform files from the particular folder. Yeah, I think cluster got created. Let me check the state of the cluster. You can see over there. Yeah, cluster got created here. Yeah. Yeah. So guys, we can see cluster got created, and we can let me see if we can log into the cluster. Mhm. Yeah. So thank you guys. So in this way, we can create the cluster GK cluster using the GitHub action. Any question, anything, you can post me separately, right? I will definitely reply.